Hello and welcome back to Pokémon XD Gale of Darkness with a side of Pokémon Ultra Space shiny hunting. Today, we are going to be checking out Cypher's lab, where they made all them shadow Pokemon before. I don't know what they're doing there now, but it can't be something good. And will we find a shiny Terrakion today? It's not likely, but it's certainly possible. Yep. Hey, you're not supposed to be in here. Priority 1 is get rid of the Duskull before it can be mean to my Espeon. That Houndour sure does have N64 animations. Like, the model is clearly from a later N64 game than the original Pokemon Stadium Mons, but definitely not quite up to modern standards. Though I guess Espeon's model is from the same exact game. But again, Espeon's fully evolved, Houndour is not. So, they probably spent more of their time and animation budget on fully evolved Pokemon. Oh my, I'm not supposed to lose to you. And she's gone. Why does this room exist? I don't recall anything in here being interactable before either. I don't remember how to get to anywhere that we're supposed to go. Or not supposed to go. I don't remember where the dead ends are, and those are the most important things. Okay, can't go in through there yet. Oh, this way's guarded. No running in the hall! So, I've said in the past that what bothers me most about the Swords of Justice, it's Terrakion has it going on, Cobalion to a much more obvious degree. I don't know if Virizion does, but probably. They got 4 knees. But this Houndour also seems to have 4 knees. And dogs are absolutely not like that. Hey there, Outlander. Oh yeah? Well, I'll just run away. True to her word. So, since we were stopped from going that way, that means going this way might be less progress? XD001's failure is gonna send our plans right off the rails. I wish we'd finish up with this research and get out from this dank underground warren. Wow, who are you? Where'd you get in from? Yeah, Outlander, there is a lot of big Monster Hunter news. It's exciting. Everything I see is just like, I need Monster Hunter Wilds, and I need it now. I'm going to lose myself in that game. Also, just as a measure of how excited people are for Monster Hunter Wilds, apparently the line for the demo yesterday got so long they had to close it. And people who were at the end of said line had to wait 10 hours to get their chance to play. That's how many people are excited about Monster Hunter Wilds. Which, I mean, given everything we've seen so far, yeah, I get it. And yeah, the fact that all armor just has 2 different appearances that we can make and choose which to equip regardless of our character's body type is nice. And also, for Capcom's part, it might be a bit of a savings, considering in Monster Hunter World they had to make 4 versions of every armor piece. I mean, some they didn't quite make 4 because the alpha and beta didn't look visibly different. But now they just gotta have 2 visual designs per armor piece. Which is certainly less work than 4. Why? What did I do to deserve this? This is bad news. I've got to alert Lavrina about this security breach. Okay, so Lavrina's that way, which means we're probably good to keep going this way? We are not good to keep going this way. When are they finally going to get that guy to spill the beans about the purification research? He might be the authority on purification, but if he won't talk, our work's not going anywhere. Wow, what are you doing there? I don't think Houndour wants to stay out in front of these 2 rock types. But Espeon sure as heck does want to stay in, because Espeon is our best attacker. Spheal. Though actually, I guess Spheal also is not a great choice to have in front of 2 rock types, because ice. Well, that's not a rock type move. Neither is that. Considering that they actually do have a playable demo of Monster Hunter Wilds at Gamescom right now, it would not surprise me if at or shortly after Tokyo Game Show next month, they actually released a demo for download. Oh my gosh, that shook me up! And of course, the moment they do release a demo, I will be playing it. Probably all too much. All I want to do is work on my research. Don't disturb me, please. Oh, who's wandering around here? Wonder. Confusion's base 60, right? No, it's base 50. So with stab, that goes up to 75. Bite is base 60. With super effective, that goes up to 120. So bite is the better thing to use against ghosts. I don't know why I thought Bite was base 40. Shadow Spinnerack, huh? A tackle from Espeon shouldn't do too much. And we might as well try throwing a ball right now. It could work. Spinnerack's catch rate isn't exactly low. Yep. I shouldn't have come out. Oh, Houndour can now be purified. Well then, let's swap it out of the front slot and put Spheal there. Also, my party is currently heavily female. Nice contrast to the heavily male party of Pokemon Coliseum. Please, Professor Crane, will you tell me about your purification study? Or when will you tell me about your purification study? I do so want to know. That will let me power up my XD001. I so made it myself. Don't you think that would be fabulous? You've got to be joking. I would never cooperate with people like you. Oh, but why? I so don't get it. Why would you refuse an offer so wonderful as this? I don't care how often you repeat yourself. I have no intention of helping your shadow Pokemon plan. Artificially slamming shut the hearts of Pokemon. It's inexcusable. Put a stop to it immediately. Oh, you are so mean and closed-minded. You won't even try to understand how marvelous it is to help my XD001. Naps! Yes'm, Sister Lavrina. This is all so your fault. Professor Crane is oh so cross because you were so rude when you invited him here. You can't be serious. Listen to the man already. He's been saying all along that he won't help our shadow Pokemon plan. I can't hear you. The plan is perfect. XD001's condition was off by just a little tiny bit. So that I can't hear you was probably more a case of the, like, I'm not listening type of deal. Like, among Japanese children, it's a fairly common thing for when a child does not want to listen to something that is being told to them, they'll, like, cover their ears and go all like, I can't hear you. So this is probably like one of those, but with no animation to her. It just seems like it's coming out of nowhere. Like, he's right there. Yes, you can hear him. So really, it's a case of I'm not listening. Being off by just a little tiny bit is enough to make it drop a ship? And would you look at the uproar? Naps! It's so all your fault what happened. Every tiny little bit. So, you do something about it. Yeah, I guess American kids do that as well. Naps, was it? You have my sympathy. What a nightmare it must be to have someone like her as your boss. You put a lid on it. When it comes right down to it, it's so all your fault. Come on, help us with XD001. First, we need to talk. I'll teach you why it's such a bad mistake to create shadow Pokemon. Did you come here knowing that this is Cypher's lab? It doesn't matter now, since you know that we're here. We're not about to let you go free. Solox, huh? All these people have had weird names. Like all the Cypher peons we fought, but so rare you see a name with an X in it. And Spheal is going to swap out in the face of this Voltorb. Honestly, I should be doing more swapping anyway, just because purification is real. Well, that's something Spheal might want to be out in front of, but then again, I have no idea if Spheal even has any ice attacks right now. I wish Mud Slap was stronger, but then again, Shadow Blitz will work. Shadow Nummel. It's always surprising to see a Shadow Gen 3 Pokemon. Because, like, these games were not made to reintroduce Gen 3 Pokemon to Gen 3. So that Shadow Blitz Baltoy used did nothing. Like, actually nothing. Okay, Espeon, let's go ahead and throw a ball, and it might work. While Baltoy, we will call, just to get that reverse mode gone, and that chunk of purification from it. Assuming this snag ball doesn't work, because balls go before calls. And the ball did work. Calm down, please, and then leave quietly. Throw a save real quick, because it occurred to me. I should be saving fairly regularly. Because while most of the time I don't care what gender my Pokemon are, sometimes I do. And, like, in the case of Ralts, I don't know when we're going to get Ralts in this game. I don't know if it's going to be in here. I don't know if it's going to be somewhere else. I just know that Ralts exists in this game, and I need it. And in the case of Ralts, it's like... Oh, hello. Behind me, huh? Hold it. If you want to pop open that chest, you'll have to beat me first. In the case of Ralts, it's got a gendered evolution. Has to be male to become Gallade. But I want specifically Gardevoir, not Gallade. And if I'm not evolving a Kirlia into Gallade, I kind of want it to be female. That's just how it is. I know you can have a male Gardevoir, but I don't want to step on Wally's toes. Oh, Shadow Wave is a multi-target thing, huh? Phoebus! But not a Shadow Phoebus. I was expecting Shadow Wave to be more like a wave of shadowy water, not a wave of shadowy energy. Let's go ahead and bite the Abra. And then Shadow Wave again, why not? On the subject of me definitely getting canceled on Twitter over wanting a female Gardevoir, I think I'm gonna stop, like, advertising my streams on Twitter. Because I just looked at the analytics earlier, and the last time any of those got a click through was in June. And in the month of June, I got a whopping 3 click-throughs. So, like, might as well just leave my timeline uncluttered of those so that it can actually be just general communications. And even then, like, I don't really post that much on Twitter. It's a thing. The site kinda sucks now. Take whatever you want, but please, leave me alone. Why does it default to no? Like, you click save, which means you want to save. Then it asks, hey, do you want to save? And you click yes, which means you want to save. But then it's like, oh, but is it okay to overwrite your previous save file? I've already said I want to save twice. Why do I need to say it a third time? In what other game do you have to say, yes, please save 3 times in order to save? Huh? Well, if it isn't a tiny little intruder. Crink. What a name. Okay, I just looked up the name of the location where we will find Ralts so that I don't have to actually bother with saving after basically every single battle. We will find Ralts in a place that is not here. Uh-oh, we've got a reverse spiel. What's the opposite of a sphere? There's nothing cute about you, brat. This is no place for a child to be sightseeing. Morbid. Look out, he's gonna morbid. Oh yeah, the gender of Magneton I want. It's very important that I get the right gender for my Magneton. I think I'm gonna go for genderless. And when it comes to Scyther, I would prefer to have a female just because I think they look better with the bigger abdomen. But it's not important to me. I'll take what I get. Alright, Spheal's still in reverse mode. Dude had absorbed this whole time and he used Astonish the last turn? Why? Oh, Spheal learned Mudslap. This is no place for battles, too. Letting in a child like this unchallenged. What is wrong with Cypher's security? They're a bunch of idiots. Also, age has nothing to do with Pokemon battling, so... really... nobody in this universe should be surprised that children wander around places unsupervised. Yes, Outlander, Caesar does retain the larger abdomen for females, though Cleavor does not. Hello, little boy. Have you lost your way? It's interesting how, for like Gen 4 and Gen 5, they did a pretty decent job of embracing gender differences. But like Gen 8, Gen 9, they've hardly existed. Where they have existed, it's been effectively two entirely different Pokemon. Like, we're talking Indeedees. And Basculegions. Like, if it weren't for the fact that they did seem to be stepping almost entirely away from gender differences in Pokemon, I would actually feel much more compelled to get a male and a female of every Pokemon for my living dex. Just in case they add a gender difference later. But, considering they haven't added gender differences to old Pokemon since they added gender differences to the games. Actually, no, I guess they added Eevees. But still, that hardly counts. And yeah, they haven't added gender differences to other Pokemon, and they've been not adding gender differences to new Pokemon, so yeah, I think I get to avoid needing to go get a male and female of everything that has a male and female. How dare you? I mean, really? Have you heard? Prototype XD001's final adjustments are behind schedule at headquarters. If they can get Crane to give up details about his purification study, all XD001's problems should be solved in one fell swoop. I think so too, but he sounds quite obstinate and tight-lipped about the whole thing. I've heard Lavrina's getting incensed over this. What? A kid in the lab? Hold still so we can catch you, kid. L-Rock, huh? I don't like that, why not? I'm gonna bite that, why not? And feel... Yeah, Shadow Wave, why not? Meh. It is Shadow Waving the why not if it lives. But actually, no, why not is the one thing it isn't Shadow Waving. Of course, I said why not as in, why not? Not as in the Pokemon name. Uh-oh, we've got a reverse Spheal again. So this will make Spheal ready to be purified. Means it'll be time to swap someone else into the front slot. Always feels weird when a bird growls at you. Beaten by a kid? I'm busy. I'll let you go today, so go home without any fuss, okay? I'm not good at battling, but now's not the time to be telling you that. You just told me. Coffee. Do your parents realize they spelled the word coffee wrong? I just realized something. Last stream, I decided not to put Mareep on the party because I don't like using the same Pokemon multiple games in a row. Yet I deliberately chose Espeon because of how well it did for us in the previous run. Oh, you gotta love accidental double standards. Let's bring out Baltoy, why not? The reason why not is because it's weak to water, but Wingull's probably not using Water Gun on that slot right now. Baltoy is absolutely not staying on the team, but it's here for now. Until we get something I want to put in its slot. We clearly gotta look out. This guy's got a Quillfish to his name. Nope, I'm just no good at battling. I'll pretend that I never saw you. Scram already. I know I don't intend to keep Baltoy on the team, but that just means there's more value in purifying it now? Okay, I don't think we've gone down that elevator, up, or whichever direction it's gonna go. So, elevator. Or maybe I should have gone to visit the Pokemon healer machine. Yeah, let's go do that first. Wouldn't hurt to have everyone be at max HP and PP. Also, fun fact, if we don't get Terrakion today, I'm pretty sure this will be my longest on-stream shiny hunt. Which is kind of weird when you think about it, considering the odds are considerably better than they are for finding the shiny Chikorita we got. Where do you think you're going? Stop that scurrying around. Ooh, Carvana. I actually really like Carvana, so I'm going to grab that. I mean, I would grab it anyway, but... let's... use things on the Magnemite. I would have bitten the Magnemite, but steel resists dark in this game. Good old N64 Psyduck. Let's try throwing a Pokeball at the Carvana as is. Oh well. I was about to try Psybeaming the Carvana, but that wouldn't work. Ice Crit. There we go. The one concern with Carvana is it's made of glass. Go right ahead. Feel free to wander and look around. Okay, I will. Little boy, what are you up to? You shouldn't get into mischief when you're visiting someone else's place. Peon no Pia. So close. Nice flinch. Nice confuse. So I guess the confusion accomplished nothing. Oh, so you can enter reverse mode even if you weren't using a shadow move. Also, the fact that the damage taken from reverse mode says the shadow attack did damage to... Like, I didn't use a shadow attack. I didn't use a reverse mode attack. I didn't attack in reverse mode. It's just... If you are in reverse mode at the end of a turn, you take damage for having been in reverse mode. But it just says that it's from an attack, even if it's not. Sorry, Dunsparce, but you're not going to have time to put Baltoy to sleep. Wow, this is the biggest text box we've seen, I think. Didn't someone raise you properly? How could you come in and make a mess of our place? Just making sure that we have been everywhere, and it looks like we sure have. So I suppose that means it's time to go through the big ominous door. Hey, fellas. Phew, I never thought that Cypher's big man would deign to show up here in person. I saw him in real flesh and blood, and he's menacing. The sight of him gave me shivers. Master Greevil's supposedly making a personal tour of all of Cypher's facilities. I think he wants to confirm that everything is fine so he can proceed with his plans without ending up with a fiasco like last time. What? Who are you, you suspicious intruder? How long were you there? You might be just a kid, but we can't let you walk out. Clots. Yep, Outlander, you got it in one. He is indeed Master Greedy and Evil. I mean, at least in the past game we got Nasty Heart. And they had the decency to make one of those words be French. Ooh, Shroomish. That is going to replace the heck out of my Seedot. Because I like Breloom. But also I'm going to have to leave it as a Shroomish for like a year so that it can learn Spore. It is going to be so nice having Spore and not just Sleep Powder. Oops, let Baltoy go down. Nah, Outlander, when it comes to having a bunch of glass cannons, it's not like we're completely without bulk. Like, Ursaring's pretty bulky, isn't it? And I guess we could keep Spheal instead of Carvana. We do already have the dark type covered, and Spheal covers the water type, and Walreign's got some bulk. I know I'm not going to be keeping C-Dot, but might as well get what purification I can on it. Are you really a kid? No, I'm a 35-year-old man. Did you maybe come to rescue Crane? Don't bother trying. You don't know how scary Lavrina, she's in charge here, can be. She looks cute and all, but she's nothing short of terrifying. Get out of here while you still can. It's for your own good. Oh, you left the thing on the table. I see Cypher still has problems with doing that. So, you're not gonna battle? Ay, I'm only a researcher here. I don't battle. And hey, this takes us right back to the entrance. Which is good. Because A, we can heal. And B, we can grab that Shroomish right now. Did I just take a step? Yep. That step I took allowed Baltoy to be purified. Okay, so Shroomish. We need you instead of C-Dot. And then... Kinda wish they wouldn't flash so quickly. Makes it harder to think. Yeah, let's actually drop Baltoy for now and grab Numel. I know it's another fire type, but it's also a ground type, and it's also decently bulky, and we do need a little bulk. So that ought to work for now. Been a while since we last saved. Got exactly 2 male Pokemon on the team right now. Little unbalanced. You understand, don't you? It's wrong to turn ordinary Pokemon into Shadow Pokemon against their will. Please, won't you help us stop this Shadow Pokemon plan? Join us and help us save Pokemon. Professor Crane, I understand what you're trying to say, but I can't help you. Whoa, you! Aren't you that kid I saw at the Pokemon HQ lab that time? Redmond? Is it really you, Redmond? Are you trying to tell me that you came here by your lonesome to rescue Professor Crane? It's too bad I'm still a member of Cypher. I can't very well let you folks go now, can I? As for you, you snagged my Teddy Ursa from me that time. I'll give you this. You've got guts to come here alone, but I'll fix you good so you'll never get out again. Nice crit. Probably unnecessary, but nice crit. How fitting for Naps to send out a slack-off. I like your Beldum. I don't like you pecking my mushroom, though. That was a lot of damage for a peck. Nice flinch. Didn't need that crit. You're good, punk. Professor Crane, you folks don't have the foggiest notion about how big and scary Cypher is. It's not smart to resist. You can go on about the poor abused Pokemon and all, but you should think about your own selves. That's my advice. Redmond, did you really come here by yourself? That's amazing. But it's dangerous here. We'd better get out right away. My worst fears turned out to be true about Cypher. They weren't wiped out. This is just one of their bases. But the details can wait. Things could get complicated if they return. Let's get out of here quick. Okay, as long as you let me open that box first. I guess, for in case we were using the C-Dot. Oh, do we have to fight Lavrina now? We sure do. Oh, hey, you sneaked Crane out? Lavrina, this child here, he's the intruder. Oh, wait! I so have not heard about anyone leaving anywhere. Professor Crane is so going to be very busy, oh so very busy. So please be a nice boy and don't disturb us. We're going back to the HQ lab. Stand aside, please. Going back? Seriously, you are so joking. This so happens to be where you work from now on? After all, we so need you to keep working on your studies. You so are the key to our plan. So, I'm guessing that Lavrina here speaks like a Gyaru. Which, you know, just the kind of like trendy teen girl slang type thing. And I'm willing to bet all these so's we see are probably her like saying cho before something, which is like super. Like, oh, you're super gonna stay here. Things like that. Could also be Maji, but I'd imagine that's too recent for this game. XD001, the ultimate shadow Pokemon that can never be purified. Stop that nonsense. Do you seriously think that I would help you to do something that horrible? Oh, that Naps, he so must have made a boo-boo again. I so have to punish him lots. Little boy, maybe you can convince Professor Crane. You should tell him to study our XD001. You see, our plan is to make shadow Pokemon that can never, ever be purified. XD001 is only our first prototype. So when we work out the problems, we can make combat units with XD series Pokemon. Wouldn't that be just peachy? Actually, I think your goals here are a little misguided. Like, yes, your goal is to make a bunch of shadow Pokemon and use them to do things one assumes. But why does them being able to be purified hinder your goals when they can't be purified unless they are taken away from you? Should you not instead be focusing on making shadow Pokemon that cannot be snagged? Because, like, if your idea is that shadow Pokemon are stronger and better than non-shadow Pokemon, shouldn't you prefer it if they get purified after being taken from you? I just feel like trying to make shadow Pokemon that can't be purified is in no way conducive to your other goals. It's throwing money at a problem that you don't have. I can't be the only one seeing this, right? But we so need the professor's cooperation for our plan, so please, sweetie, can you please ask him nicely to help? No, and I'm doing this for your sake so that your organization stops wasting money. Oh, how nasty, you silly boy. You so won't help me with XD001 either. Oh, you'll be sorry now, but you will so understand. A little hurt is so persuasive. Why does she animate like she's a character from a completely different game? Kinda wish I had healed my Pokemon between battles. The Love Disc probably isn't much of a threat, though, so we can probably heal in front of it. Okay, get rid of that Beautifly, and let's use a potion on Shroomish. Where was that crit last round? It's clear that just like with her visual design, really a shadowed Delcatty? Just like with her visual design and speaking design, her Pokemon team design is, and I quote, girl. Beautifly, Love Disc, Delcatty, Roselia. Yeah, they're just trying to make it so that she's the girliest girl who ever girled. Let's try a Pokeball just as is. It's always amusing when you get effectively the one-hit KO. Would have been no different than if my Shroomish knew and hit with Fissure. But alas, we missed. And we put Quick Attack over Tackle because it's more damage, it's faster, and it doesn't miss. A bite shouldn't kill the Delcatty. Let's swap Shroomish out. A little dangerous putting Numel in, but we'll give it a shot. Actually, Outlander, Mirror B is still in this game. He is a man who needs no replacing. And we can go with a Quick Attack, assuming we're not immobilized by love. But we'll also go with a Pokeball. Oh, you haven't missed him, Outlander. We haven't seen him yet, but in the, like, attract reel that they use if you stay on the title screen too long, he is very clearly shown off. So he is absolutely still in the game. Seriously? Twice? Okay, it's time to swap Numel out. Or Numel. So Espeon can throw the ball this time. Maybe it'll work. And Numel will swap out for Squeal. Can't believe they're letting us just snag an evolved Pokemon so early in the game. Then again, I guess they let us snag an evolved Pokemon really early in Colosseum as well, what with Galava. Okay, Espeon has to swap out at this point. Let's throw in Teddiursa, why not? Also, situations like this are exactly why it always should have let us get XP from catching Pokemon. Because it's often a much greater tax on your resources to catch a Pokemon than it is to just knock them out. I mean, I've said it before, I understand why it didn't before. It's because catching a Pokemon adds a member to your party, and that could be viewed as reward enough. But considering the amount of extra effort it can take to catch versus KO... Ouch! So, let's not keep Teddiursa out. There we go. What on earth? How could you be strong? Ooh, I so hate to say this. Little boy, I can't beat you right now. Master Greevil will be so cross with me, but that's okay. I'll let you owe me this one time. But you have to promise you will think about my plan next time. If you see XD001, I'm sure you will so want to help me. I'll so be waiting for you. Again, no I won't, because your plan is stupid. It's pointless. Creating an unpurifiable Shadow Pokemon does nothing. What you need to do is try and create a Shadow Pokemon that can't be snagged. You're trying to solve a problem that doesn't exist, while you've got a glaring flaw that has to be exploited before this problem that doesn't exist can even think about being a problem. Like, you're trying to solve problem number 502 when we have to go all the way through that list of 502 problems to even get there. and you're just completely ignoring all the problems before that. Like, oh yeah, if we solve problem number 502, we'll be unstoppable, so long as nobody attempts problems numbers 1 through 501. Arena! Redmond, you've grown tough, haven't you? In fact, I'm amazed at how much stronger you've grown in this short a time. I guess we'll be relying on you even more from now on, Redmond. Now that we know Cypher is back, we need to move quickly. We have to come up with ways of stopping them. This time, let's really head back to the HQ lab. But yeah, what they need to do... Here, may I see that? What they need to do is make it so their shadow Pokemon can't be snagged, or if they are snagged, they don't obey whoever snagged them. Do those two things. It'll be far more useful to you than making it so they can't be purified, especially since in your view, purified shadow Pokemon are stronger than non-shadow Pokemon. So you should want any that get stolen to be made weaker so that if they're used against you, they're not as powerful. That should be what you want. You should want your shadow Pokemon to not only be purifiable, but easily purifiable by anyone who has the desire to purify them. This may be something important. We'll take it back and analyze it. Oh, so we're just getting taken right back. Okay. Thanks to you, Redmond, I was able to return safe and sound. Sincerely, thank you. Though it was a horrible ordeal, I learned a few things when I was in that desert lab. First and foremost, Cypher hasn't disappeared. The fact that they're still around is alarming. Worse, they're making more shadow Pokemon again. And worst of all, they're trying to create the ultimate shadow Pokemon. One that is impossible to purify. Which really isn't the ultimate shadow Pokemon. Like, it's got so many flaws with this plan. They're not even thinking about them, and they expect us to not think about them either. But we're smarter than that. Cypher must be plotting world domination using shadow Pokemon as their weapons again. To counter Cypher's new shadow Pokemon conspiracy... Director! Lily, we did it! The Purify Chamber is finally completed! Oh my! Oh, what fantastic timing! It's finally finished! Lily, thank you. Thank you for pulling everyone together so capably in my absence. Okay, let's not waste any time. Let's all go have a look at the Purify Chamber. Let's. Take a good look, Redmond. This is the Purify Chamber. Redmond, your father and I designed it 5 years ago when we were motivated by the Shadow incident. If evildoers were to create Shadow Pokemon again, we wanted to be able to save them ourselves. Redmond, your father believed that passionately. To honor your father's wish, I put together our Pokemon HQ lab. Redmond, if your father were here, I'm sure that he would be delighted. So he's dead? While I was gone, everyone seems to have rallied around Lily and made things happen. Okay, Redmond, we'll have you lead the way. The glorious history of the Purify Chamber will begin with you. But first, if you'd be so kind as to briefly explain how the Purified... Oh, he's talking to someone else, not to me. I was like, wait, you want me to explain it? I don't know how it works. But first, if you would be so kind as to briefly explain how the Purify Chamber works. Certainly. Okay, Redmond, listen closely. The Purify Chamber is a facility in which shadow Pokemon undergo purification through contact with regular Pokemon. Purification is conducted on what we call a set. This is where a shadow Pokemon comes into contact with regular Pokemon. In the center of a set, one shadow Pokemon is placed. Up to 4 regular Pokemon can be placed around the shadow Pokemon. We have 9 of those sets here. That means we can efficiently purify up to 9 shadow Pokemon at the same time. There's one thing you need to be careful about. Purification won't proceed if you place only a single shadow Pokemon on a set. Purification can only happen if there's at least one regular Pokemon on a set with a shadow Pokemon. The number of regular Pokemon placed with a shadow Pokemon and their compatibility are key points. First, the number of regular Pokemon. The more regular Pokemon you place with a shadow Pokemon, the quicker purification is. Next, the compatibility of Pokemon. Compatibility depends on the types of the Pokemon involved and the directions they face. By adjusting these factors, you'll likely see differences in purification speeds. If you need details, I'll be happy to explain later, but right now I'd like you to check the sets out. The Purify Chamber status is on standby. System status is good to go. Step onto that circular plate. A holographic image of the Pokemon involved in purification will appear. Well, it would if there were actually some Pokemon on the sets. When you're checking the hologram, you can zoom to individual sets. At any selected set, you can configure the things as you see fit. A control panel will appear for you to pick the Pokemon you want to place on the selected set, position them, and so on. If you bring some Pokemon, Redmond, you can place them on sets. Don't worry, you'll figure it out when you actually try it. We'll also be around to provide advice if you need it. First, check the hologram, please. Oh, I have to step on here and press the A button. So, let's check set 1. Can I just purify this Baltoy? It's ready to go. Okay, so we need to put a regular Pokemon there. I don't want to name the box. I'm used to going up to get to my party Pokemon, but in this game you go down. So, Teddy Ursa, let's go purify this Baltoy. Navigating this menu is kind of annoying. Yes? I guess Teddy Ursa faces left or something? Aurora Beam's not a bad move to regain. Yeah, I don't mind having Body Slam. Let's put it in place of Mud Slap, because Mud Slap is honestly like, too weak to really bother with most of the time. And Charm can still have some use against certain opponents. How did you find the Purify Chamber? Convoluted and kind of annoying to mess around with. Using this system, it's possible to purify many Shadow Pokemon at the same time. Oh, also you can access the Purify Chamber from any PC. Be sure to try that feature. Now, the issue is how Shadow Pokemon should be recovered from Cypher. It looks as if you'll have to get busy some more with the snag machine, Redmond. Really, that's the end of that conversation, is it? Okay, so... Our Pokemon, our regular Pokemon automatically get... Or our Shadow Pokemon that get purified get removed from the set. But our regular Pokemon in the set do not get automatically removed from the set. That is annoying. Also, I need to get that Great Ball from Teddy Ursa. But, let's purify Carvana. There you go. It's not going to be fast, but it'll happen. And yeah, the animated sprites in that menu are indeed cute. Okay, so we need to snag more Pokemon from Cypher. And that's all the direction we have right now. Oh, speaking of Cypher, Lily, have you made any progress with that data ROM we brought back from Cypher's lab? Oh yes, I've asked Datan to analyze the contents of that data ROM. It should be ready soon. His name is probably Dayton, huh? Or her name? Whoever's name. His. Redmond, could you go upstairs and ask Dayton how he's doing? Dayton? Datan? Datan? However you pronounce it, he's the man in the room next to the director's office, remember? He was compiling the basic data. Big Brother's tired, so Jovi will go. Oh, Jovi, it's okay. This is for work. Seeing Jovi and her boundless energy makes me realize I'm back home. Anyway, I wonder what's on that data ROM. Oh, Jovi, there's no stopping you. Please, Redmond, go ask Datan how he's doing in his office upstairs. It's this room, right? Ah, but where is he? Oh, isn't Datan the man who's always fooling around with his computer here? This is strange. Jovi wonders where he went. Redmond similarly wonders where he went. Was that Dan? Oh, let me think. Oh, he went downstairs earlier. He had this look of consternation on his face. Oh, you're looking for Datan? I saw someone go outside earlier. Maybe that was Datan? I saw Datan trudging outside the lab with a forlorn expression on his face. Is there something the matter? Is that him over there? Or is this him? Wow, I'm sorry, Professor. I couldn't decipher it. Huh? Oh, it's you, Redmond. You scared me half to death. That data ROM is heavily protected like a bank vault. It would take a seriously talented guy to break through and get at the contents. A seriously talented guy, you say? Are we gonna go talk to the former kids grid? Ah, Professor, I'm terribly sorry. It can't be helped. And if it's a seriously talented guy we need, well, I think I may have a solution. Who would that person be? Redmond, I'm sorry to spring this on you, but can you deliver that data ROM to ONBS in Pyrite Town? Wait, isn't that the name of the news station? ONBS? Datan, hand the data ROM to Redmond, please. Oh, right away. ONBS is known as a TV network, but they're much more than that. The people that later founded ONBS were actually instrumental in breaking Cypher's conspiracy 5 years ago. Please deliver that data ROM to Net at ONBS. He's the right-hand man to Sec, ONBS's leader. I'm confident that he will be able to get at the contents of that data ROM. Okay, so yeah, we are going to talk to the former kids grid. Pyrite is past Agate. It's quite far, so be careful when you're traveling out that way. Well, they've remodeled exactly one building by the look of it. So they turned the Pyrite building into the ONBS building, did they? Marcia, wait! Wait for me! Marcia, wait! Wait for me! There goes Marcia tearing off like a tornado as usual. There goes one busy girl. Oh, what's up with you, kid? Why are you giving me the eye like that? Do you know who I am? I'm Gale. They call me the gatekeeper of Pyrite. That smoldering look says you're raring to challenge me. If it's a battle you want, I'm here. Alright then, I'll show you what being Gale, the gatekeeper of Pyrite, is all about. So it's the ONBS building where we are going to get our Ralts. I forgot to purify my Houndour. Does my Shroomish not have Effect Spore, or has it just never kicked in? Yeah, Snubble's anime voice is definitely distinctive. I've got it in my head right now. When I was younger, I feel like I used to be able to do a pretty good impression of it. It's been so many years, I'm not willing to try right now. One of the only Pokemon impressions I'm willing to do right now is Regirock. And even that, it's gotta be at the right time. Whoa! We killed him. We leave yet another corpse in our wake. Hey kid, I have to hand it to you. You have to be good to be Gale, Pyrite's gatekeeper. Okay, but since I remembered that we gotta go purify our Houndour, I'm gonna go purify him at the rock instead of at the PC. Like, sure, it might take longer, but it's easier. Because I don't gotta go into a set the Shadow Pokemon, then go choose a non-Shadow Pokemon to put in the set, then purify, then take the non-Shadow Pokemon out of the set. Like, the Purify Chamber is going to be great once we've got a whole bunch of non-Shadow Pokemon that we can just leave in there. But when most of our non-Shadow Pokemon are in the party, it is just so annoying to use. Feint Attack, not bad. Charm, not great. Okay, yeah, it does have Effect Spore, it just hasn't kicked in yet. Because, as we know, the RNG is not my biggest fan. I saw Marcia running off. She's always bursting with energy, that one. That impatient energy of Marcia's. She gets that from her father, duking. Ho ho ho. This is Pyrite Town, famous as the home to ONBS. You came to take a tour of ONBS too, didn't you? I can tell. We get visitors from all over. The ONBS building stands next to the big windmill. You really can't miss it. Okay, just because we typically have had to check out the jail, we're going to check it out again. And hey, look. Ow, ow, ow. I got lumps on my head from some shiny-headed guy thumping me. I don't deny I lipped off at him first, but he took a swing at me first. You've got to let me out of here. Darn it, I got locked up over a dumb street fight. If I don't get out of here soon... Huh? Kid, are you... That thing on your arm, it can't be! Oh, nah, it's nothing. Get lost already. Yep, he's from Team Snag'em. You can tell because his vest says thief on it. I'm Shuros, the chief of pirate police. Are you a traveling trainer? The town has become peaceful, but there are still plenty of roughnecks around. They know how to keep us busy, what with their brawling and so on. Lots of them will go out of their way to pick a fight with you. Be careful when you're out on the streets. Wanted, Team Snag'em head Gonzap, identified by a distinctively jagged mustache. So he's still at large, huh? What was this building again? I've never seen a wild Pokemon before. I can't wait to get my eyes on one. Duking's the leader of Pyrite. He also operates the Coliseum here. But lately I hear he's letting his right-hand man Silva run things. After all, Duking's committed to his quest to find wild Pokemon. We're expecting big things from him, too. Alright then, what have we here? Well, if it isn't Trudley and Folly. What do you think you're up to? What are we up to? You've got it all wrong. We're here to do some shopping, that's all. Now don't you lie to me. I know about the likes of you. You're up to no good, aren't you? Cut us some slack, Officer Johnson, sir. We've had a change of heart. We've sworn off our criminal ways. Yes, sir. No, no, no. That doesn't wash with me. No, sir, it doesn't. I won't have you lot walking around the streets as if you owned the place. Pompous oaf. Folly, the man won't listen to reason. Let's get out of here. Officer Johnson, they've served their time. You gotta give them a chance. Those two that just ran off, they're named Folly and Trudley. They once belonged to Cypher, but just as mere grunts. Back in those days, they wreaked havoc as if they owned the place, but I caught up with them and put them straight. I cut quite the dashing figure, don't I? It's my job to uphold the peace in Pyrite. Ow! Again, you gotta give them a chance. Like, if you say you put them straight, let them prove that they've gone straight. Come on! Outlander, I'm pretty sure I can tell you what it is about Ore that makes Pokemon avoid it. The Ore region is based off of Arizona and Utah. And the more based off Arizona it is, the less hospitable to life it is. Especially in the summers. I'm Silva. I'm the operating manager of Pyrite Coliseum. Well, I'm manager in title only. I'm just filling in. You see, that's why it's operating manager. That's what operating manager means. It means I'm the manager right now, but it's not my official title. So really, this whole sentence that I just added about me being manager in title only, that was already clear from me calling myself the operating manager. Duking, the town's leader, discovered a place where wild Pokemon gather. Ever since then, he's been engrossed in searching for wild Pokemon. In the meantime, he left me in charge of the Coliseum. If you want a battle, you should go straight to the Coliseum registration desk and apply. I make Poke Snacks that wild Pokemon can't resist. Duking asked me to make them. I never imagined I would be getting a part-time job at this age. Ho ho ho. But it's a bit too dark and chilly for my old bones to take. Achoo! Why do you have to do it in this particular room, then? Yeah, I guess there should be plenty of wild numble in a place like Arizona, but who knows? Maybe there's the whole inhospitable to life thing, and also maybe there's been just too many people over capturing wild Pokemon. Well, I'd better return to the inn again today and get rested up. But before I do that, a little spot of exercise would be the thing. It'll let me sleep better. So, Sonny, how about we have a quick battle? Good, good. We'll work up a good sweat together. Dobbit? Dobit? Not sure what this guy's name is, but I'm gonna go with Dobbit. Even though Dobbit should have 2 B's, so actually Dobit is probably more likely. Shroomish is not going to stay in here in front of the Numel. So it's become very clear that back before the physical special split, they just gave each Pokemon exactly 1 attack animation that it used for every attack. It became clear to me back when I had Espeon use Tackle. Because for it to use Tackle with the same animation as it uses Confusion, it's a little weird. But I guess back when Physical and Special were tied to attack types instead of the attacks themselves, it made more sense to only have the 1 animation. But since they did split Physical and Special, now it wouldn't make sense to not have 2 animations. I lost, but hey, I worked up a good sweat. You're quite a toughie, I'm sure surprised. You should check the duel square up ahead here. You'll be sweating up a storm. Oh, wait, you came from another town, didn't you? On the way here, did you happen to spawn any wild Pokemon? I've never seen any in the wild. You know how the environment around these parts was too caustic for Pokemon to survive? But recently, people have been saying there are wild Pokemon out and about. So the environment is caustic? I don't think you've used the correct word there, but okay. This is the duel square where the weak fail and the strong prevail. Don't be rattled if someone suddenly challenges you to a battle. Alright, slurp up that fish. Not quite as much as I was hoping for, but still. One more of those and we'll be good. Do I leave Houndour out, though? No. Too much is at risk. Let's go Teddy Ursa. That thing needs more XP if it's going to become useful. Remoraid missed with lock-on? What? I didn't know lock-on could miss. I feel like crying. If you get the urge to battle, come for a visit. We're always waiting. It doesn't matter to me who my opponents are, even little kids. I battle with all my might. Dirt. What a name. As Shroomish wishes to not be burnt, we will swap out for Spheal. You have a Houndour and a Spheal in front of you, and you choose to absorb on the Houndour? This guy's not a very good trainer, is he? Oh, we had to lose. We killed him. We have left yet another corpse in our wake. You, who do you think you are? I'm not losing next time, you. This is the duel square. We live by tradition here. There's no need for greetings, just battle. Growling? mean, I guess Rowling's better than dirt. I just remembered that I need to still take that Great Ball off of my Teddiursa. Now here's a question. This is a region where Pokeballs basically aren't even sold because there's no wild Pokemon. How does Teddiursa find them with pickup? Suddenly I'm more concerned about this Whismur than the Zigzagoon. Yeah, I think we'll swap out. Considering we got hit with the Tail Whip. Gotta try and keep Shroomish safe. Houndour, though. Actually, this is a choice. We can get rid of the Zigzagoon, but it's probably not a huge issue. I think I'll try and burn the Apomp. And no burn, of course. And now we are even more tail whipped. And even more tail whipped. Our defenses are getting concerningly low. But we can probably get rid of this Apomp. Not before it scratches, that's... Yeah, after 3 tail whips, that's not all too surprising. Bringing Shroomish back out since it is no longer tail whipped at all. And honestly, we want Shroomish to stock up all the experience it can. Simply because we need it to get to a much higher level so that it can actually make use of its... or actually learn Spore. You got a Teddiursa that's been tail whipped right there, and you choose to Rock Smash a Shroomish. Also, Effect Spore continues to have been entirely worthless as an ability. It has done nothing so far. Effect Spore continues to be worthless. Nice crit. Effect Spore continues to be worthless. I didn't count on losing. What a surprise. If anyone demands a battle here in Duel Square, you shouldn't complain. That's the rule around here. Alright, before we battle these last two, I'm gonna go heal my Houndour. When Cypher ruled Pyrite, the admin in charge was a man named Mirror B, I think the name was. That name is laughably silly, but he was supposed to be a tough battler. I would have liked to take him on. He wasn't that tough, he just had a bunch of Ludicolo. You want to battle with me, don't you? I can tell. I was seized by the urge, too. Labette? Okay. I don't think keeping Shroomish in front of a Swinub is the greatest of ideas, but then again... we'll swip. We'll swap or switch, not swip. Can't say them both at the same time. We'll switch, swap to Spheal, while Houndour embers the Swinub. The Swinub is what I was afraid of for the Shroomish, because, if it's got an ice move, but... if it's got a ground move, it's going to be mean to Houndour, but I'm pretty sure Swinubs are fragile enough that an Ember should get rid of it. Yeah. But there's also the fact that Shroomish couldn't really do anything other than Shadow Rush or whatever it is that we've got on the Bagon. Whereas Spheal can Aurora Beam it. And its Murkrow friend. Come on, burn. Nope. It's kind of a shame they got rid of Pursuit in modern Pokemon games. Makes Tyranitar less of a threat. Not that Tyranitar's bad by any stretch, it just... having Stab Pursuit on such a strong Pokemon was scary. You could send it out in front of something that doesn't want to be in front of a Tyranitar and just threaten a KO whether or not they switch. Oh, hey, we've learned a new move, and it's a good one. It's no Spore, but having access to reliable status is still good. Uh-oh, we got a reverse mushroom. I underestimated you. Thought you were just a kid. And now look at me, I'm dead! Not bad. It's not gonna be this way next time. Bonjour. Did you know my Pokemon and I matched très bien? I don't think I can ever lose now. I'll show you my aggressive style. Dobby. Okay, I think the strat here is just swap out both Pokemon. Shroomish will swap for... I don't know. We actually don't really have many good options because two of our Pokemon are weak to fighting. But whatever. We'll swap Shroomish for that one. And Houndour will swap for Espeon because Espeon resists fighting. And Houndour is weak to it. And there's a Machop right there. And Espeon should very well be able to take care of the Machop before it can touch Teddiursa. So yeah, it should be fine. Darn it all, played things too aggressively. This can't be right. Fatine's fortune-telling has a reputation of never being wrong. That's the first we've heard you mention her. Are we to assume that she told your fortune and said you would win? There once was a town ruled by Cypher beneath the cliff here. The town was just called the Under. When Cypher's hold over the town was broken, the Under citizens moved out into the sunlight. I'm one of them. ONBS's Net is another former resident of the Under. They went and buried the Under to prevent people from getting to the abandoned town site. It's sad to see my hometown go like that. So they They filled it in? Where'd they get all the material to fill it in with? This is the ONBS building. There have been too many shady people hanging around lately. I'm keeping an eye on things to keep out those sorts of bad elements. Welcome to ONBS. All visitors are free to wander the ONBS building and see our network in operation. My name is Meg, and I'm the official guide. Glad to meet you. Shrew to you too. This Shroomish is my friend. Isn't it cute? We broadcast TV signals all across the Ore region. I hope you'll take the time to see how we work. Did you come to take a tour of ONBS too? I've been here lots of times. ONBS used to be called the Kids Grid HQ before. I heard it was started by a bunch of kids. Isn't that cool? We're getting news reports from all over like we always do. Our reporters are keeping busy. The hottest news story going right now is the wild Pokemon story. It's become the latest craze. ONBS was founded by SEC and NET. It's now the biggest information network in the Ore region. Nowadays, SEC handles the business side of things, and NET acts as the chief of engineering and technology. Oh, sorry, maybe that was a little complicated. Feel free to wander and look around. Why is this room all dark? Oh, because the lights are on over there. Razel and Dazel are a hot new idol duo from Gadion Port. They can sing, dance, and even perform magic stunts. Hi, I'm Dazel. Aren't I just the cutest? This is how I always am. After all, we're going to be dancing in front of the show's title logo. We have to show us at our very best. Hi, my name is Razel. I've been chosen to dance during the opening of a new program. I'm ecstatic, but I'm really nervous too. What should I do? Apparently what you're gonna do is just keep juggling. Oh, this is where we were supposed to go, I see. Hi, welcome to ONBS. The name's Sec. I'm supposed to be in charge here. I'm glad to meet you. Started by kids 5 years ago during the Shadow incident, a tiny network has grown into this today. I operate this place with my partner, Net. We're convinced that reporting the unvarnished truth will be for the good of peace and justice. Anyways, did you want something from me? Redmond passed on Professor Crane's message to Sec. You're kidding! Cypher was using its desert lab again? Okay, understood. You should take that data ROM and show it to Net right away. I'm sure he can decipher whatever information is stored on that data ROM. Ore network! Ack, did you hear me? Oh no, it's so embarrassing. That was the ONBS song that I composed. It's catchy and memorable, don't you think? Not really. So ONBS is what? Ore Network Broadcast Station? locked. I'm hoping to put together a new Pokemon battle program. I'm gathering information for it. I'm trying to decide on the star. Since this is a program about battling, I suppose the legendary trainer Egan would be the logical choice. Nah, he's really past his prime. Even his Pikachu is past its prime. By 38 levels. And even then, it wasn't even in its prime, I'm sure. Crying noises. I don't know where my mommy is. Please, can you help me find my mommy? Yay, thank you. I wonder where my mommy went. You don't know where this kid's mom is, do you? No? Kid, can you describe your mom? No? Okay, we're going live. Cue! We bring you a special news bulletin. Wasn't the ONBS already a thing in Coliseum? Like, we at least had news broadcasts with this exact music before. Professor Crane, the abducted head of the Pokemon HQ lab, has been safely rescued. Professor Crane had been held captive in Cypher's desert research facility, which was widely believed to have been abandoned. Reports say that Professor Crane was rescued by a lone team. This incident is evidence that Cypher has returned after apparently being crushed 5 years ago. The authorities fear that Cypher's return could result in more serious incidents. Citizens are urged to be vigilant and cautious. That's a wrap. Good job, Anka. I bet that's Anka, like anchor, but more effeminate. Or maybe it could be Ancha, and this is just Pokemon Coliseum and XD having weird names again. Anka's looking great like she always does. It might be hard to imagine, but when Anka was starting out, she was prone to on-air disasters. Now look at her. She's become ONBS's top newscaster. There's absolutely no question about that these days. I'm Anka. I'm a newscaster here at ONBS. My job is to deliver the news to as many people as possible. When I was starting out, I did experience some close calls, but still, I find this job to be fulfilling. This room remains locked. Do you know who or where this kid's mom is? Apparently not. I don't think we saw anyone very momly looking downstairs, so... Do you know who or where this kid's mom is? Man, is she slow. How long is she going to keep me waiting? I'm supposed to be out covering a story with our oldest veteran reporter, but she takes forever getting ready every time. The day will be done at this rate. I know that I still have my looks, but when I'm going before the TV camera, I have to be extra careful with my makeup. Dear, can't you see that a lady is getting ready? Please don't come in any closer. You let me walk right up to you and talk to you, but I'm not allowed to go grab the item, which is farther from you? Oh, this isn't going well. I have to go on the air soon, but my candy hasn't come back. Oh, Mommy! Candy, sweetheart! Mommy! Oh, am I glad to see you. I was worried about you. You seem to just disappear. I'm sorry, Mommy. I went out of your room for just a minute, but then I couldn't find it again. That guy there brought me here. Oh my, how very kind of you. Thank you. Do I get a reward? Sincerely, thank you. This is just a small token of my appreciation. Candy has to go into the studio to tape a music program. I'm sure it will be aired soon. When it is, I hope you'll tune in and see her sing. When I was lost, I felt really lonesome, Mommy. I'm so glad we found you, Mommy. Thank you, too. Why is there a healing thingy right here, of all places? Hey, we can't have you wandering around here. It's not safe. Come on, out you go. But I'm allowed to wander right up to you where there's even more boxes and a apparently busted computer. That it's much safer near all of this junk than near just a few boxes over there, huh? This is where we keep sets and props. We can't have you getting hurt here, so out you go, all right? Keeping information as data is fine, but I also like seeing it kept in printed form on paper. You see, I enjoy the feel of paper as I flip the pages. Oh, they got this closed down too, huh? I've been told by Net to not allow anyone through. He's working right now. Huh? You came from the Pokemon HQ lab? But I still can't let you through. I'll get in trouble if I do. But Sec told me to... Detro, do we have a visitor? Oh, Net, this person here says he's come calling from the Pokemon HQ lab. Oh, yes, I was expecting him. Please show him through. Oh, sure thing. I'll let him through. Now, please, Net's waiting for you inside. I'm called Bit. Glad to meet you. Net's over there. Hello, I've been expecting you. You're Redmond, right? I'm Net. And this is Bit. He's my friend and an invaluable partner. Pleased to meet you. We heard from Professor Crane. Sounds like you pulled off a daring rescue. Yes, Bit, but now's not the time to waste chatting. Let's see the data Professor Crane called about. Redmond handed the data ROM to Net. I've deciphered something similar to this before. It brings back memories. Okay, I think it's going to take some time for me to check the contents of this data ROM. Can you wait while I do that? Hey Net, how's this for an idea? Our news team should be out visiting Duking at one of his Pokespots to file a story about wild Pokemon. Since he's got free time, why not have him go visit Duking as well? Hey, that's good. Good suggestion, Bit. Are you interested in wild Pokemon? It wouldn't hurt to go look, you know. Oh yes, may I have your PDA number? I'll contact you as soon as I find anything out. Thank you. I'll try to decipher this as quickly as possible. By the way, Bit, where's our news team? I think they said the Rock Pokespot. I think this Pokespot was the destination. Okay, Redmond, go out to the Pokespot and wait for me to call. Who knows, you may see some wild Pokemon. And now we we get to go all the way back downstairs. Hey, don't you think it's too tough for us to pull anything in this town? Our faces are too well known. Yeah, I hear you. If we don't hurry, the boss will get impatient and come looking for us himself. We're okay on that score. I went and snuck a transmitter on the boss. You can tell where he is by checking this radar, so we can always be ready for him when he blows his top. I have to hand it to you, Folly. Way to go. Huh? Trudley, it looks like we've got email. Gah, is it the boss? Let's see. You two come back right now, it says. Ah, gosh darn it all. He sounds like he's fuming. He might dock us dinner again. We'd better scoot back. Well, so much for this radar. It's not much use if the boss is going to page us by email. Oh man, why do our lives have to be this tragic? You fell in with the wrong crowd. Also, page us by email? Pretty sure pagers were dead by the time this game came out. Nobody talked about paging anyone. Anyway, off to the Rock Poke Spot to see what this whole wild Pokemon business is all about. Sounds like heresy to me. Hello, people. It's time for Pofty's Fast Break Report. We bring you news while it's breaking. Today, we're visiting Duking, the discoverer of Pokespots where wild Pokemon appear. Duking is said to be the driving force behind the booming popularity of wild Pokemon in Pyrite. Duking, so is this the Pokespot that you discovered? Hello, Duking here. Yes, that's absolutely right. For 15 long and torturous years, I toiled, snatching sleep only grudgingly, to find this Pokespot. 15 years? Is that true? Yeah, one shouldn't let details get in the way of the story, isn't that right, Betty? Are you saying that you are, stretching the truth a little here, Duking? It's Pofty. Alright, let me explain how one goes about attracting wild Pokemon to a Pokespot. Well, seeing as you're here, wouldn't it be better if I got someone to demonstrate? Oh, you there. Yes, you, kid. You'll be perfect. Come over here, mate. I'm sorry, are we suddenly in Europe? Or Australia? I thought we were in Arizona. Alright, my friend, let me show you how you attract wild Pokemon to a Pokespot. First, and above all else, you need these Duking brand Pokesnacks. Here, I'll give you some. Also, no other brands will work. You have to buy them straight from me, because Pokemon will only eat Duking brand Pokesnacks. That's Duking brand Pokesnacks. You heard it here first, folks. Duking brand Pokesnacks. They're what wild Pokemon crave. Duking brand Pokesnacks. See, look, you received 10 Duking brand Pokesnacks. All right, my friend, lay those Pokesnacks, Duking brand Pokesnacks that is, out on that plate there. Go on now. Very good, mate. That's how you do it. When you've laid out the Pokesnacks, Duking brand Pokesnacks, leave the area. Eventually a wild Pokemon will come along. Just you wait.
The more Pokésnacks you lay out, the longer a Pokémon will stay to eat, making it that much easier to catch. This is also important, my specially made spot monitor. This, I'm sure you'll agree, is truly something awesome.
My goodness, you developed this device yourself?
Yeah, one shouldn't let details get in the way of the story, isn't that right, Betty?
It's Pofty! By the way, Dukin, can you tell us what a spot monitor is?
I'm glad you asked me that. My spot monitor is a dandy. It lets you know what's happening at any Pokespot, wherever you are. Here, my friend, as thanks for you hearing me out patiently, I'll make a gift of this too. Slot it into your PDA. That's all you need to do to make it work. Simple.
Yes, Outlander, you can just catch non-shadow Pokemon in this game. There's a very limited selection of what Pokemon can appear at each spot, like 4 or 5 different species, and there's only 4 spots. But it's better than in Colosseum, where every Pokemon had to be a shadow Pokemon, other than Plusle.
Alright, now you're set. Now, when a wild Pokemon appears at any Pokespot, your spot monitor will respond and alert you. I've found 3 Pokespots in all.
Oh, maybe there's only 3.
There's one to the west of this one here. That's right around there. Use these Pokespots and catch yourself some wild Pokemon. Give it a try, mate.
Oh, hey.
Oh, it's you. You're the lad who helped us out on that news show. Thanks much, mate. I'm surprised you came out to a place like this. It must mean you're seriously interested in wild Pokemon. That's marvelous. This makes it all worthwhile, my teaching you, I mean. So, you fine, upstanding lad, lover of wild Pokemon, I have some information that you'll find to be special. But my friend, I also have a favor to ask. That's a fair deal, right? Yeah, thank you kindly. You see, there are several Pokemon that hardly ever show up at Pokespots. Trapinch, Surskit, and Wooper. I'm having a rotten time of it trying to catch those 3. If you were to catch them, I'd gladly trade you some of my Pokemon, mate. I'm counting on you, mate. I've got to be on my way now.
I want to get a Trapinch and then keep it and use it.
Whoops, mustn't forget, I promised to give you some special information, didn't I? If you go way off to the northeast, there's a Pokespot that's hard to find since it's inside a cave. That's my favorite Pokespot. You've got to go see it. Well, I guess I should be going on my way. Real pleasure chatting with you again, mate. I'll be heading back to Pyrite. Come visit whenever you'd like. Let's meet again, mate. Adios.
I don't know how long each Pokesnack lasts, but we'll put 2 there. And then we'll go to the cave Pokespot. Uh-oh. What do you figure the boss is gonna do now? I'm tired of this life, man. I need to put down roots somewhere. Don't whine too much. You know what the boss always says. He'll get Team Mirror B together one day and we'll own all the Pokemon in the world. Sure. Do you really think we could pull off something like... You know what? I don't feel like dealing with these 2 right now. I doubt a Pokemon has come here yet, but... Yep, there's no Pokemon. Fine, I guess we'll go to this cave Pokespot. We will deal with them, but it's going to have to wait because I need to call this a stream at this point. So thanks, folks, for dropping by to watch and chat and all of that. And I will be back tomorrow with more Pokémon XD and Pokémon Ultra Space. And let's do one last check here. Terrakion is now officially the longest running shiny hunt on this channel. And it's still going. But yeah, tomorrow, more of these. See ya then, friends.